Ladies and gentlemen.
Nice entrance, boys.
We've seen Rob do it so many times, we were like, I don't know what it feels like to like come in from the back of the auditorium and right? Snazzy on in.
The only difference is you're not nearly as winded as Rob is when he comes in.
What?
I'm winded and I didn't even do it.
He's winded just watching us.
Yeah. I'm going to make this official. Vancouver and the rest of BC. Say hello to the boys who shoot the show right here in your backyard. Mr. Jared Padalecki and Jensen.
Hi guys. How are y'all, eh? See? Win in Canada. Oh, do as the Canadians. It's good to be back in Vancouver. I've been high. How are you? Good. What did I hear?
You've been high. That's what
I've been high. You've been high? I've been high. They're on to you.
We're awake now.
Hi guys. Sorry, we saw some walkers. Anybody's first convention? So, nobody? Welcome. Love you back. Welcome to our cool, crazy family. Some of you know, some of you don't know, we just started shooting season 13 about a month ago. As a matter of fact, I think it was exactly a month ago, July 12th. So.
Yeah, well, some of us are shooting, some of us aren't.
What's it been like? What was it like?
Well, I don't know, let's ask. Is there anybody out there that actually has in the past or is currently working on the set of Supernatural right now? Anybody? Are you back? Did they put you in the back? In the nosebleeds? Yeah. Told you we'd look out for you. Is that, oh, we got some more over here?
A few, alright. Oh, alright.
Hey, alright.
What's up, guys?
Can't hide forever.
Yeah. They're not trying to hide. They're just right there.
Oh, hey,
yeah. All over the place.
Yeah, although a few of you I'm not going to claim.
So we are surrounded by,
So we have, yes, we have the real heroes of the show peppered in throughout the audience here. Because even when the story isn't about the brothers, which generally means we have time off, right now, obviously Jared does, he flew in for this.
and I do it again.
But even if both of us are not currently working, those guys always are, and they keep the show running day in and day out, and it would never be even remotely possible without their expertise. So thank you to those guys.
All right.
Except you, Brad.
Thank God for Brendan. We're not going to make you guys wait forever, so let's go ahead and get some questions. I think y'all been standing up. So, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
First, I'd just like to say that you guys are like super awesome, and I love you guys both.
Me, though, right? Not like,
Yeah.
Thank you, you're super awesome.
Jared, actually, I've been watching you since like 2000, since like Fillmore Girls came out. So like.
You can't drop the mic after somebody else says something. Don't drop her mic. Not even the first question of my head hurts.
Okay, so my question is, if you guys could play any female character on Supernatural, which ones would you guys play and why?
I guess Castiel has always seen.
The car.
You know, there have been a few characters. So I sort of have played I guess demons don't have sexes, but I guess I've played the Meg demon, and the amazing Rachel Miner is here today. But I think a neat character to play would be Charlie. I'm kind of a bit of a like Lord of the Rings nerd, Star Wars nerd, Harry Potter nerd, so I like the
Just nerd. Covers it.
That's it anyway. I like Charlie. What about you? Did you say Genevieve? I thought.
No, not Genevieve. Ruby. I'm just kidding, that's disgusting. I would play Becky. No, in all honesty, I think one of my favorite female characters on the show, and it's largely in part because of the person who plays it, is Rowena.
What about you? If you could play any female character on the show, what would you play? Oh, come on, you can't ask the question and not have an idea.
I'll go with Meg.
Meg?
Yeah.
Meg is a fun character. Thank you for the question.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I've waited years to come here, so I'm a little nervous. So my question to you guys is, what episode did you guys have the most fun filming out of all 12 seasons?
Well, I've had a pretty unique relationship with this show. So I was able to film an episode where I was husband to my real wife, and I was also able to film an episode where I was an accomplice of the murder of my wife. So, depending on the day, sometimes it's, like French Mistake, sometimes it's season 5 now. No, honest to God, I think, in my opinion, as far as the most fun to film, it would be one of two for me. They were both really nerve-wracking, but I would say, and they go back and forth for French Mistake and Changing Channel. I mean, there's so many. There's episode 200. I mean, there's Baby. There's so many. But as far as like making fun of ourselves and making fun of everybody else in the industry, I think those two can stand on their own.
Yeah, I like the ones where we kind of break off and do stuff a little out of the ordinary.
What episode do we not do anything out of the ordinary? Not the ones where killing zombies.
That's ordinary. Flip on any television show now. I think I saw a zombie on Law and Order the other day. Baby, just because it was so unique and so different. I know it was.
Oh, y'all just like to hear him say baby. Give it a rest.
Baby, baby, baby. I think for several reasons. One, I know it was a technical nightmare for our crew, but the fact that they not only got the job done, but it was, in my opinion, one of the best episodes we've done. It was just really cool to do something different. I also I like the funny ones, so Yellow Fever. And I guess I like the ones where Dean gets to be a little bit more comedic. So Yellow Fever regarding Dean, even though it turned out to be tragic, it was funny getting there.
I like Dog Dean too.
Dog Dean, Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Hey there.
Hey, bud.
So my question is, if you guys could do like any kind of a movie genre, what would you do? Because I personally think that Jensen and Misha should do a rom-com.
I'd direct that.
You've never directed anything.
That's my point. I would direct that.
That's what it'll take. That's the scenario. You're like, no, can't pass up this opportunity.
Please. Honestly, I personally am pretty scared of comedy. It's intimidating. For those who know me personally, I love to joke around. I love to goof around. I love to have fun. I love to make people laugh. I love to laugh with and at other people, at each other, with everybody else. But it's intimidating to try to do that in a scripted fashion. So I probably wouldn't do a comedy. But I kind of love what I'm doing now. So if something like Supernatural the movie could come around. I guess I love the escapism of movies. I always like the James Bond movies and the Star Wars movies and the Harry Potter books. I haven't seen all the movies, but the Lord of the Rings books and movies. So I love creating a different world where we all get to go and kind of delve into another psyche, another planet, another truth. So it'd be something along those lines. But then, in the meantime, I would be directing a rom-com with this guy and wherever Mishkovich is.
I've said it before, I'd love to do a Western. / rom-com with Misha. I mean, you know what they say, give it to them in a way they don't expect it. I just grew up a little bit. I just want you to know.
Who's gay? And when are they saying that?
You know,
I don't know.
you know.
Thank you for that. Horrifying. That's going to cost me years of therapy. Thanks, man. It's hot up here. How are you?
You guys are world travelers. Is there a place you visited or a culture you've encountered that's awed you or changed your worldview?
I love Brazil. I do. And I don't think there's really anyone specifically off the top of my head that comes to mind, but I do have a funny story. So when I went to Rome for the first time with Genevieve, I don't necessarily speak Italian.
At all.
And so we would go to, like, we bought the Foders and Frommers and eyewitness guides to the back roads of Italy and stuff, and we would go to these hole-in-the-wall restaurants where they didn't speak English. It wasn't very touristy, and we didn't really speak Italian. And so they'd bring food, and I'd eat it, and man, oh man, it was good. And then they'd come out, and they'd kind of, in broken English, be like, how is, I could tell they were asking how the food was. And the only thing I knew to do was to go like, which to me meant like, oh man, that was amazing. Like, that was, And they'd always kind of give me a look like, and walk away. It wasn't until I got back home from Italy that I learned this means like, go to hell. So we were like, F you. And so they were like, how was your food? And I was like, They were like, I got back stateside and I was mortified. I was doing that several times a day. Just walk around down the street and be like, your pants. Those shoes you have on. And the entire time people are like, what's a giant American doing?
It's weird he adopted the culture, so now when we're out here in the States or Canada, he's like, how was your food? My kid is so good. I'm not doing that, Jared.
Yeah, so, sorry, that's what kind of came to me.
I don't know, I think if you travel, wherever you travel, those experiences should impact your life. And if they don't, then you're not traveling right. I would say one of the most impactful travels I had was to Japan. For many reasons, but one of the major reasons was it was such a different culture than I was used to. That it was beautiful, and it made me appreciate the diversity of what different cultures bring to the world. So yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How do you think you most connected with your character, Sam and Dean?
That's a good question.
Hair.
Both tall. You know, I kind of touched on this earlier in my, I almost said in my private. In my private meet and greet, but Sam always, it's been a long time, but Sam, to me, the more I read the script, the more I got to kind of form an opinion on who I thought Sam was. Sam was never really sure who he was. He thought he knew who he was, he thought he knew what he wanted to be, but he was still searching, he was still learning, he was still listening and reading. He committed to a bunch of different things before he finally found out sort of who he's okay with being, and I think Jared went through a similar kind of genesis, and not really knowing where I wanted to be, where my space was, where I was allowed to be. Sometimes people, I guess I'm a poster child for this, don't necessarily believe in themselves that they can do something or be something or affect somebody or tell a story the proper way. It's really intimidating to be an actor sometimes, because I've known actors, I know actors and actresses today who are 1,000 times more talented than I am, 1,000 times harder working, 1,000 times more attractive or taller or builter or maybe not taller. I have to know, but so it's, you feel a certain responsibility, like I want to do justice for. There are a lot of people, there's some in the audience today, there are a lot of people who put in a lot of hours to help make Supernatural what you guys see for 42 minutes a week, 23 times a year. I mean, there are over 100 in Vancouver, not counting Los Angeles, and whoever the investors are that invest in the company in the first place. So you feel a lot of responsibility, and I guess I had a tough time believing I'd kind of live up to it. I think like Sam did, like he didn't want to be a part of who he was and who John and Dean were, and he kind of accepted that he had a role to play. So I've kind of grown along with Sam, and now with love from y'all guys, and a little bit of learning from Sam, I kind of am finally happy with where I am. So thank you. Jensen and Dean are both bow-legged.
He speaks the truth. I don't know, I think I find a lot of similarities in the character in myself, and I also find a lot of similarities. So it's, I guess if I was to pick one, I would say, I'd say myself and Dean share the same kind of ultimate moral compass. we're always, I always feel like I have the desire to fight for the good, and to also defend those who can't defend themselves. And I love that trait about Dean. He may not always go about it in the most pleasant way, but I think at the end of the day, his heart is always in the right place, and I feel like I share that with him, and I do enjoy that characteristic. So, yeah, there's one.
Hi.
So the show's been on the air for a few years.
Yeah, you're telling me.
You've had a few different showrunners over that time. My question is, how does a change in showrunner affect your day-to-day work on set?
Jensen?
It shouldn't really affect, it doesn't really affect the day-to-day work. It's more of just what the work entails. You know, the storylines, you know, how the brothers are interacting with each other, how they're interacting with other characters, what other characters come on the scene to play. So I think one of the great things that we've been able to get from the multiple showrunners that we've had is a common denominator of quality. I think that the show has continued to kind of stay true to itself throughout 12 years. You know, sure, there's an argument to say some seasons were better than other seasons, I agree. But I'm not talking but I think over the whole run of the show, the work has always stayed pretty consistent. And I think that that's just a testament to what Kripke established all those years ago. And it was a platform and a roadmap for these other guys and gals to follow.
I think another thing that we have that we lucked out is that Sam and Dean didn't exist before whatever, September 15, 2005.
The Fish or the brothers?
Sam and, no, the Fish. Which is to say, like, I love superhero movies and TV shows, but they have to fit the character that's been written. Sam and Dean.
No, we wouldn't have this problem if you said Dean and Sam.
But that just doesn't sound right. Dean and Sam. So Dean is Sam and his older but shorter brother Dean. We really were able to be a part of the creation of these characters, which is unique in a show like this. And I think there were so many factors that went into it. One of which was all the people who were creating the show were 1,200 miles away in a different country. Granted, it was USA, but they sort of got to know. They didn't get to know Jensen and Jared before they got to know Sam and Dean. So we sort of, and you never know. So I feel like we were, it's not tangible, but I feel like we were pretty integral in who the characters were. And I remember when French Mistake came along, and they were like, and they were like, hey, we want you guys to play yourselves. And we're like, well, I don't know how I feel about that. I just have to play Sam Winchester. He said the same thing. He's like, okay, I can play Jensen Ackles, but only as Dean Winchester playing Jensen Ackles. Like, I'm not going to play. We never, as much as the show has broken the fourth wall, Sam and Dean have always been Sam and Dean. And so we've been able to be a part of creating our character. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, you took a left into like Crazyville about 30 seconds ago.
We're talking about Supernatural. You started out in Crazyville. Currently, we are like in a different universe or something. That's very true. I'm gonna let Jensen finish this off.
I don't know where we are right now. I gotta be honest, I stopped listening. Basically, when you started talking.
I did too. I was hoping you'd like pick up the slack and kind of carry it on.
It was just white noise.
So, that having been said, to bring it around full circle, I feel like the showrunners... Look over there. The showrunners who, from Cricket...
Are we still talking about the show?
All the showrunners have already been a part of the show and have known who Sam and Dean were, so our day-to-day didn't necessarily change. Right, Jensen?
I said that 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry. We're gonna need yes and no questions from now on.
Yes, thank you so much for your question.
Thanks.
If this isn't yes or no, can it be A, B, C, or D?
Get multiple choice.
First off, I fully support you, Jared, on Sam and Dean. Sorry. But I just want to say, it's truly an honor to ask you guys a question. Like, I never dreamed I'd be able to do this.
Awesome. Well, it's our honor to answer your question.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you, Jensen, I love your...
Whoa. I'm going to take that back. It is...
No, you said it. I just sit back quietly and watch the destruction. Hi.
It's going to be fun.
He's already said it, you can't take it back.
We're like...
I'm all yours.
All right, well, what I'm going to say,
Please say baby again. Please say baby.
I've honestly loved the episode.
His...
Thank you.
For what?
Said she liked the episodes I directed. Isn't that what you said?
No, she didn't finish her sentence. You can't just say
Yes, she did.
I didn't hear it.
Did you guys hear that? Yeah. Just keep flicking her off. That's... Hi.
Yeah, with one of my personal favorites being Soul Survivor. I watch that one all the time. Just because both of them are just spot on. But I was wanting to know, are we going to be seeing more of your directing in season 13?
No. Thank you for the yes or no question.
Ask and you shall receive. You take direction very well, though. So if he does come back to direct, expect a phone call.
No, we're all filled up. I opted not to this year to spend more time with my family. But I do hope to get the opportunity again in the future. So we'll see.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, Jensen and Jared. My question is, since we saw the Samulet reappear at the end of season 11 in Don't Call Me Shirley, where has Dean been keeping it since then?
Wouldn't you like to know? We have to wait for our Netflix season to reveal where... That's not even... Not yes or no necessarily, but...
Hey, Griswold, where are you going to keep a tree there? No, they're like, I don't understand. Did they start drinking at breakfast?
He doesn't want this to be the butt of the joke. Nor do we want to make an ass of ourselves. But maybe there's somebody in the rear of the auditorium who knows. I do this all day. I'm just kidding.
All right, okay, yeah.
There appears to be a back door.
All right, enough of the facts.
Put a plug in this.
This is the point on set when they usually call for a second meal.
Rump roast?
Point the little horns on those.
She's like, just answer my question.
It's probably in the trunk. I need a water.
Is that...
No. All right, moving on. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. I was wondering, as actors, what would be your absolute worst nightmare role or character to play? And would you do it if you got a chance? It's a challenge, right?
What's the one thing you would never want to do?
Exactly, and would you do it?
That you would get to do if you had a chance? Gosh. You mean on the show or just any?
No, like in life, like
any kind of character.
It could just be like a kind of character or a particular story that you would want to tackle as like a huge challenge.
Donald Trump.
Did you say Rapunzel?
We would love to play Rapunzel.
Yeah, Rapunzel's awesome.
Donald Trump.
That's a good question.
I'll take a serious stab at it. I probably wouldn't want to play a heroin addict, somebody that. No, I mean, like you look at these. Who was it? Christian Bale, I think, did a character. Was it The Machinist?
Yeah.
Where the mechanic. The Machinist. Where he lost so much weight, and there's those roles out there that actors can commit to that, in my opinion, are, really bad for their health, and also something that that maybe takes you mentally, not just physically, but takes you mentally to a place that's hard to recover from. You look at Heath Ledger and the Joker, and even though that was a comic based on a comic book, and Batman's been around for a long time. Jack Nicholson actually said, "Be careful. This character can get you." And so I'd be weary of the character that would take me to it, that would force me to go someplace mentally that I couldn't recover from. That I think scares me.
Yeah, I agree. I have all of the respect in the world for people who do portray these types of characters that I'm about to mention. I am grateful that they can help tell a story and shed light on whether it's a historical event or something. But I feel like I would have a really difficult time playing like a racist or a sexist or a misogynist or someone who is, anti-LGBTQ or white supremacist or something, because the way I approach acting and I approach roles is there are, I don't want to speak in hyperbole, but there are a million actors who can be cast in a role. That might be a bit much, but the only thing that I want to offer is my own experience and find my own truth in that. And I understand it's important to tell stories, and these people exist in reality. I just don't want to go there. I don't want to try and find similarities or judgments that I don't want to approach. It's just kind of scary to imagine trying to humanize somebody that I think is capable of inhumane actions. So that having been said, like when you look at Inglourious Bastards or something, Christoph Waltz, he plays this horrible character and adds like a humanist characteristic to it. So I appreciate what he does as an actor, but I don't think I'm as talented to be able to like do that and turn it off. He's such a master of his craft that he does it. It's like, okay, I can tell this story somebody else's. I always feel like I want to tell my story, maybe selfish, but yeah. So maybe just somebody hateful or judgmental I wouldn't really want to play.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I was wondering if you could choose what happens next for Sam and Dean, what that future would look like. Like if you got to write the next season or something like that. What would happen?
Who sent you?
Hawaii?
Hawaii? Do you have
It would involve a very comfortable chair. And a nice view. And a bottomless drink.
Yeah, essentially that. I wish this for everybody, but I wish this for the boys. I wish there was peace. Whatever that peace is, I think we're all about it, right? Which is why, and I'm about to follow this applause with booze, with an OOS and an OOZE, which is why I think the boys have to die. Not right now. I'm saying like I don't see them at peace if they know people are in pain or getting hurt or killed. I feel like they have devoted their lives to helping others. And there's some degree of sacrifice and some absence of peace, but I feel like, if Supernatural ended and it was just like Sopranos, we're at a diner and it shuts off, you're gonna be like, well, what are they doing now? That's what I'm gonna think. I'll be like, well, who are they helping now? What's the latest in their saga? So, I don't know. Luckily, I'm not a writer.
I don't think we've ever seen. I'm trying to think back, but I don't think we've ever seen an expression on either of their faces of total peace. There's been moments of peace, where, the Christmas episode, or there's been where the brothers have had moments that are genuine and nice, but there's never been
song, like laying on the Impala, but again, it's that moment of respite.
But that's just kind of resting between. That's like the calm before the storm. So there's always something on the horizon that's going to take that moment away from them, and they're aware of that. There's never been a moment where maybe they're looked at each other or had a look of just we're done. And I think that would be if that day comes, that'll be a pretty special moment. Yeah.
And we hope you're there. I said that we hope you're there. We hope y'all are all there with us.
My question is, when it comes to effects in the show, do you find it more difficult to work with practical effects or effects that have been added in later?
When it comes to effects on the show, is it more difficult to work with practical?
Practical or visual editing that get added in?
It used to be more difficult to work with visual because of all of the, well, I'll say because of the lack of technology that we had when we first started the show. You know, we had an entire half stage devoted to green screen. And so imagining the world that is going to be laid in later and reacting to things that aren't actually there physically did pose a bit of a challenge. Because the technology has advanced so much while we've done the show, we no longer have a green screen stage. And all of the visual effects are laid in our practical sets, which is great because...
Other than Impala, we haven't done green screen since like the Looney Tunes episode. What was that episode called?
Oh, Brad, do you remember the last time we did green screen? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would say now it's more difficult to deal with practical effects because there's certainly more room for error. You know, if we're waiting for some wall to crash down or some, you know, thing to explode, or there's human error that can be problematic. And also, if something does go wrong, we have to reset everything. And that a lot of times takes time. Now we have a great special effects crew, and they're super efficient, they're fast, and they get things done, and I trust them. But at the end of the day, you know, they're setting up. We've got to wait for the gag to happen. Whereas now visual effects, we can just shoot, and they're like.